Let me share an example Amy Morin gives in her book. And I've seen similar situations with my clients. There is Casey, who wanted to have 2 children. That was always her dream. And there's her husband, Andy, who already has a daughter from a previous marriage and a daughter together with Casey. And after they had their child together, he expressed that he doesn't want any more children. Casey is convinced that her happiness in life depends on whether she has 2 children or not. Any chance she got, she would show Andy that something was missing from their life. If there was a happy moment, their 2-year-old learned something new, she would say something like, "I wish we had gotten that on camera because we won't get another chance to experience a similar milestone with a second child." So basically she ruined the present experiences for herself and Andy. She missed out on happy parenting moments with this attitude. When Amy Morin asked her if having 1 child was her only option, maybe due to fertility issues, she said she would accept that. She would work towards being happy with the situation. We have to remember that our happiness is not actually dependent on life events. Life events, according to the happiness formula Deepak Chopra talks about, life events are only 10% of what constitutes our happiness. The other 90% is our mental state. 50% of our happiness, according to this formula, has to do with past events and learned beliefs or experienced traumas. But thankfully we can work on that. The other 40% are our voluntary choices. What do I choose to do with the situation I find myself in? The choices Casey initially thought of was getting a divorce from Andy and that way having the opportunity to have a second child with someone else. But that would have impacted her happiness, her common child's happiness, their stepdaughter's happiness. She thought of strong-arming Andy into having a second child, but that would have caused resentment in Andy. Finally, she made the choice to accept the situation, to make the best of it, and still have a wonderful, happy life with Andy and their 2 existing children. Even though having only 1 biological child was different from what she's always imagined. She had to go through grief. When our dreams don't materialize, we have some grieving to do and to let those dreams go. One reason why we're blaming others might be that we want to avoid grief. But as Terry Real says, every relationship comes with grieving. In every relationship, we grieve what we're not getting, and we have to ask ourselves the question, is what I'm grieving that I'm not getting worth what I'm getting? Casey stopped giving Andy the power to determine her happiness because she realized that happiness is an inside approach. It's inside work. That empowered her to take control and start her own healing, her own grieving, and moving past that idea of what her life should be like. Of course, the relationship with Andy improved, and her overall psychological well-being also improved.